in a bit of sleepy mode, it would be fun, to imagine, or let's try to dream out in a quiet village somewhere in the Himalayas. Would you mind, not talking in between, because it's affecting, my concentration also? Thank you. So imagine, an Ayurvedic physician sitting in the river bank, learning about the herbs and reciting, some Sanskrit slokas and watching at the cycles of the nature. And the same physician, through several thousands of years of experience, is able to understand the fine changes in the body and mind. And this physician is able to pinpoint a diagnosis, personalize the treatment, and able to suggest some herbs and recipes which goes in sync with the nature. Now let's come fast forward to today. Another sage like Dr. Bala. He is not chanting any mantras, he is not chanting any slokas. Rather, he is working on resolving some complex algorithms. He is not studying, Raghuvamsham, or, he is not studying Ashtanga Hridaya. But he is trying to identify, some beautiful patterns in the Ayurveda data set, what we have. Now let's imagine that these two worlds, the ancient wisdom and the cutting edge of technology, are meeting today. And what if this artificial intelligence can help the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda to reach more people and more effectively? Dr. Praveen remembers, it was during our 1997, we did the MD in Trivandrum Ayurveda College. See, my first exposure to a computer was at 1997. There was a small computer available in the Kaya Chikitsa department of Ayurveda College, Trivandrum. This was available, for the thesis work of the MD students. Actually, I wanted to explore this computer a little bit, but the operator, I remember Riju, he never, used to give a chance to touch the system. So I pledged some gold and bought my first Celeron computer, an old one, in 1998. And ever since, I started using that computer and the internet, I realized, and I'm really amazed the way the computers and the internet have changed the world. And at those times, the search engines like Yahoo and Google have revolutionized the access to the information and shrinking the world into a small size, as small as a screen. Now, anyone, anywhere can access any information, around the world. An immense repository of knowledge, news and data. This information, which took almost several hours to be researched in a library, now it is available at the fingertips, and it is making the human across the globe to learn, to create and to connect. Now a question comes, what are the possibilities of integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning in Ayurveda? Should we embrace AI and ML? And more importantly, how should we use AI and ML into Ayurveda? Actually, I'm not at all an expert on AI and ML. But I have been on this journey with Ayurveda since the last 33 years, ever since I started my BAMS program. I studied Ayurveda standing on the shoulders of my masters. And it is our responsibility to ensure that the next generation should be able to make it simple and easy standing on our shoulders. The synergy of 1 plus 1 equals 3 should be the guiding force for taking Ayurveda further beyond any conservative boundaries. We cannot expect, the new generation to face the same struggles what we went through. Every century offers some new tools, and AI and ML are some of those tools which are available at our disposal. From healthcare to education, AI and ML is making innovations, and they are fundamentally changing these industries. And Ayurveda should not, must use it for our new learnings. The question is, not only about using AI and ML into Ayurveda. It is also about how to use them effectively, ethically, and in a way that complements the essence of Ayurveda. So when we debate about, the future of this ancient science, I think, this is what we should debate on. We know that, our human brain, it is an incredible organ which is capable of learning, reasoning, problem solving, and language understanding. And it is because of these abilities we are able to adapt, innovate, and communicate. And what if these capabilities are now being mimicked by the machines? This is where, the artificial intelligence comes in. So AI in many ways, it is like the human brain embedded in the machine. So it learns from the data, reasons through the problems, solves complex challenges, and understands the language. And AI has the ability to process vast amount of information at speeds far beyond the human capacity. The human brain excels through experience and observation. AI also learns from the data it processes. In problem solving, the human brain, it weighs the variables, it analyzes the risk, and finds the best solution. And AI actually mirrors the same process, but with incredible speed and without fatigue. See, as the previous speakers, and the students, mentioned, AI and ML provide unique opportunities in Ayurveda, such as, the earlier detection of diseases, enhancing diagnostic precisions, and interpreting the complex medical data. They can also streamline, many traditional processes which are available in Ayurveda, making them more efficient and accessible. So the integration promises improved quality of care, personalized treatments, and ultimately they improve the health outcome for patients worldwide. Now, there are differences and there are overlaps while we try to define AI and ML. AI, it is a broader concept of machines performing tasks that would normally require human intelligence, while ML, I believe it is a subfield of AI. Dr. Bala, please correct me if I'm wrong. And focusing on the development of algorithms and models that enable computers to learn from data. So ML is a subset of AI, more precisely a method of implementing AI. The goal of ML is to improve the way AI is used in the applications. ML is a method of training algorithms so they can, learn on their own. And I believe Dr. Bala is working on some case studies from Dr. Mahadevan. He have completed almost 3,000 case studies. Imagine if we are able to train a computer with algorithms based on an Ayurvedic diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, say like Dr. Mahadevan, on the dosha, guna, dhadu, upadhadu, srodasas, etc. The next time, ML can review the previous data inputs and can identify the relevant trends and patterns from the same data set. I want to tell you about, few more studies, I went through. An insurance company conducted, a study based on the observation that several policy holders, health insurance policy holders, they pass away within 3 to 4 years after they sign in for the health insurance. And they conducted, an ML-based study, and the outcome was, very interesting. The increased death rate that seemed to be from a specific post-pox zones. The increased death rates, in the health insurance policy takers were from a specific post-pox zones. While this discovery is interesting, it may be completely wrong also. But it may be accurate also, like an assumption like a certain criminal groups were operating, from a particular post-box zones, manipulating on the insurance claims. So this example illustrates while ML can identify the patterns, its predictions and analysis, it can completely go off target. Misinterpretation of the data and unexpected variables, it can lead to entirely incorrect conclusions. So hence the predictions made by ML should always be carefully verified before drawing into conclusions. Now about AI, I don't have to explain it further. AI finds optimal solutions. So benefits like, the machines and programs with AI can perform tasks with greater accuracy, speed and efficiency than the humans. AI doesn't need human inputs. AI can learn by itself. I believe, the current ones which we use like the ChatGPT and all, I think they are more of ML practices rather than AI practices. Please correct me. So what I believe, learning is ML, incremental learning is AI. See, I will tell you another example. See, look at, an example of analyzing a 20,000 vetilla, 20,000 betel leaves. Which one is good and which one is bad? And ML might analyze, the betel leaf based on the color and the shape of the leaves. But AI might do a self-incremental learning, probably, based on the pattern of the veins and all. So ML is based on the predefined algorithms and based on the historical knowledge. And ML several times asks, whether it is correct. Are you happy with the draft? Like in ChatGPT, we can see that. So ML is taking a feedback from us and it is making corrections in the model. ML has predictive capabilities. ML can, even predict, the which lottery ticket can win from the previous patterns. But the differences, between AI and ML is like the difference between intelligence and a machine. So machine learning primarily focus on the accuracy, on the learning patterns, and make precise predictions based on the data. Think this way, if machine learning, it was given a mathematical equation like a plus b the whole square, machine learning will answer a square plus 2ab plus b square. A straightforward, structured approach. AI, however, introduces a new dimension, looking beyond the formula to consider alternative outcomes. While ML gives us precision, AI gives us the potential for innovation. Today we have a unique opportunity to enhance the traditional Ayurvedic diagnosis with cutting edge of AI technology. So there are several areas, where AI and ML can help us. See, one of them is Nadi Pariksha. Still, debate is going on, whether it is a true analysis or it's a fake coin used in Ayurveda. So by using, predefined algorithms and the patient history, AI can assist analyzing the pulse more accurately, providing deeper insight into the patient condition. At least, it can tell us, whether we should continue, which makes you yourself. And we live in, different parts of the world. I live in Dubai, which is a Jangala Desha. Some of you might be living in an Anupa Desha, a wetland. For example, a place like Dubai, we have only 2 seasons, summer and not summer. We are not blessed with, the 6 seasons, what you can enjoy in India. So how do we apply, the principles of Rutucharya in a geographical location where there are no seasons and, where there are no ayanas? Dubai is almost, above the 23-degree latitude. The sun almost, rises in the southeast. It never goes to the northern side. But, Ayurveda provides, a guideline for that, to assess the Rutucharya. It says, Ushnaguna upahidaha rukshadayo vayo sanchayama vadendi. When the Ushna Guna comes together with the Rukshadi Guna, it results in the Chaya of the Vada. Shida Guna upahidaha kopam. Right? So it gives a guiding principles, behind it. So another crucial tool, which we use in Ayurveda is about assessing the Thadu Bela, or assessing the Sara of a person. It says, Sarani Ashtau Purushanam Belamana Vishesha Jnanartham Upadishyante. 8 Saras are mentioned. So this Sara, it can be used as a tool to understand the health of an individual. It can also be used as a tool to forecast a disease process in Ayurveda. Like Thadu Pradoshaja Vyathis are mentioned in Ayurveda. And in Trivandrum Ayurveda College, I remember, several studies were mentioned, to benchmark the Sara analysis of a patient and to understand, the deviations from that in a case of rheumatoid arthritis patients and all. But the question is, how many of us, can analyze and assess all these things like the Sara Pariksha or the Dasavita Pariksha in a 15 to 20 minutes of consultation time? The truth is, we cannot do justice to such comprehensive assessment in such limited time. So whether it is a human practitioner, AI or ML, no one is 100% accurate. Imagine, giving, 100 cases to Dr. Praveen and 100 cases to myself. And, we create a matrix, comparing the diagnosis process. We would see, total variations. So I'm not sure, how AI and ML, can help us in precise diagnosis. The role of AI in Ayurveda through the data collection and analysis, would like to talk a little bit about it. Now, there are plenty of information available in the online, but we still need to upload, more informations like the e-samhidas and the formularies. However, to fully integrate AI into Ayurveda, we need an improved collaboration between the age-old science and the new sages like AI specialists. And how AI can help, one is through the data collection. And currently, the information is in different silos. So the connection between the silos to making a data lake is very important. So AI can compile this data, it can identify the patterns, and it can suggest treatment options also. And data pre-processing, I think Ashwini was mentioning about it. So once the data is collected, AI cleans it, converting it to a standard format and addresses any gaps or any missing informations are there. So it can also churn the non-relational data from there. So filtering out the garbage from the data we have fed. Then the feature extraction. AI identifies the key features from the pre-processed data, which is crucial for the diagnosis and the treatment plans. See, sometimes I believe AI can also identify the patterns of traffic in a railway platform also sometimes. So like if you go to Mumbai railway station and all, thousands of people, millions of people walk through. But are human be able to identify a pattern of such traffic happening in a railway station platform? But I believe AI can, ML can do that. Machine learning. AI uses machine learning models trained on the historical patient data and diagnosis to learn patterns and relationships within the data. Diagnostic prediction and continuous learning. Just like the practitioners, AI also needs learning. As more data becomes available, practitioners validate or adjust the diagnosis, and the AI systems evolves, it becomes more accurate and effective over the time. The key factors to consider in an AI integration. One is the relevancy of the data. This is the first and primary consideration. The quality and the relevance of the data we feed into the systems determine the accuracy and the effectiveness of the AI. If the data is flowed, the output will also be flowed. Relevant prompts. The questions which we ask is very important. The same way, if you play with ChatGPT, you can see that if you give different questions on the same subject, you will get different answers. So the output can vary greatly depending on how well the questions or the prompts are phrased. Now, lastly, the human touch. AI is just a machine. It doesn't have senses. It doesn't have mind. It doesn't have a soul. AI can analyze and predict. It can never replace the human touch, our empathy, our intuition, and our judgment. So AI should be used not to replace the human brain, but to complement the human brain. How much time do you have, Doctor? So AI and ML in Ayurvedic practices, the personalized treatment based on AI algorithms, which we have discussed already. The machine learning for optimizing the herbal formulations, and the automation of Panchakarma protocols and treatment methods. I'm not going to the detail, because many of the presenters have already discussed about it. So by combining the Ayurveda's ancient wisdom with modern AI technologies, we can revolutionize the treatment practices. We can improve the outcomes, making Ayurveda more adaptable to the needs of today. I would like to spend a few minutes about about the stages of medicine administration in Ayurveda. See, Ayurvedic treatment is one of the most intricate form of healing. Ayurvedic treatment is one of the most intricate form of healing, often resembling like a master series chess game, which includes several strategic permutation combinations. And an Ayurvedic physician, while seeing a case, might make a step-by-step strategy or a stage-by-stage action plan while treating a disease. For example, in treating a pitta condition, Can we give pitta? Can we give ghee in a pitta condition? Can we give ghee in a pure pitta condition? Not really. Because ghee is oily, pitta is oily, right? So that is why, in Visarpa Chikitsa and all, it says, Adaveva Visarpeshu Kidam Langhana Rukshanam. So, and Snehabana is contraindicated, in pure pitta conditions at several contexts. So, a wise physician, what they will do, they will reconstruct the pathology. They will modify the pathology from a pure pitta condition probably to a vada pitta condition. For example, you take the case of gastritis, a pure pitta symptoms, gastritis conditions. See, we might give, medicines like Guluchyadi Kashayam or Avipatti Churnam. We know that, it balances pitta, but on the other side, Guluchyadi Kashayam will increase vada. So we are reconstructing the platform, from a pitta condition to a vada pitta conditions. And then probably, we might give a ghee like Mahadikta Kridam or Dadimadi Kridam and to balance, vada and pitta simultaneously. So this timing is very crucial in Ayurveda. And there are stages at which medicine should not be given. Say for example, in the Jwara Chikitsa, the Shadaha Chikitsa or the Shaha Chikitsa, it's suggested, not to give, any medicines. A patient, who cannot digest the food, how will that patient, digest the medicines? That's the question, Vakpada asks. And there are, precise stages in which a ghee preparation has to be given. There are precise stages where a Shira Kalpana has to be given. For example, you take Jwara Chikitsa, Kashaya Pana Pathyannayir, Deshaha Idilenkhide Sarpirudadiyad. Right? So after 10 days, by giving Kashayam, Panam, Pathyannam and converting that condition into a Vada Pitta condition, ensuring that Kapham is Mandam, you may give a ghee preparation. But on the other side, the next loga it says, Shirojidasya Prakshena Sleshmano Dahadratvadaha. So when the kapha is in the Shina Avastha, then Shira preparation can be given. So Ayurveda is very precise. At Manda kapha, ghee has to be given. At Shina kapha, Shira has to be given. So the thought process, behind, all these stages of treatment is highly logical. And the treatment becomes, more potent, when we do a stage by stage, step by step strategy. And a wrong move, a wrong time could cause more harm than good. Now, look at, the medicines. Now, look at, the medicine formulations available. We have, thousands of recipes and herbs, available in our hand. But the guna varies, rasa varies, virya varies. So selecting, the right herb at the right stage is critical. For example, you take a vada balancing medicine like Varanadi Kashayam and Ashtavargam Kashayam. I look at, Varanadi Kashayam and Ashtavargam Kashayam as it is increasing my pitta, the pitta in my patient. On the other side, take, another medicine like, Thannundaram Kashayam or Brahatyadi Kashayam or Vidaryadi Kashayam. It is increasing the kapha in my patient. See, everything is good and everything is bad. So the medicine can be has the potential to be beneficial or harmful on the situation. Now, we know about the tool of Upashaya and Anupashaya. Upashaya is the treatment. Anupashaya should not happen in a treatment. I hope, AI and ML integration, it can reduce the margin of error. It can reduce the margin of Anupashaya happening in a treatment protocol. So by applying the advanced computational methods, hope AI can provide deeper insights into the delicate balance of the dosha, dhatu, guna, srodasas, and enhancing the decision-making process for the medicine administration. About personalized treatment, we already discussed. About the virtual consultation and telemedicine, the previous speaker was talking about it. There could be wearable devices which can track the dosha lifestyle imbalances, because health is not static. Disease is also not static. Making a very bold statement, health is not static, disease is also not static. It evolves. Even in the modern medicine, they say disease process. Disease process, it's not a static situation. So every day, the dosha situation may be different. So the weather conditions can be different. I hope, AI and ML, can help us to understand, this daily changes happening in the body. Now, for example, you look at the Panchakarma protocols. There will be a lot of questions, from the patients, what should I eat? What time should I eat? What are the standard protocols, while following a Virejana Karma? What are the standard protocols, while going for a Kashaya Vasti? And what food I should eat? So, which require, ongoing guidance and adjustments in a Panchakarma process where AI and ML can be helpful. Improved patient engagements like the chatbots or the virtual assistants. These tools, they help the patient to be engaged. It is providing, initial guidance, and which is freeing up the valuable time of physicians to work on the complex cases. Now look at the importance of AI and ML in the Ayurvedic business. The global Ayurveda market is at around 14.4 billion in 2023. However, the segment is mostly an unorganized segment. Small businesses which face significant challenges, including the unpredictability and lack of solid business strategies. So as practitioners, we must recognize that the integration of AI tools can revolutionize our clinic operations and business practices, like streamlining the clinical operations, like administrative tasks, manage patient records more efficiently, enhance patient engagement, delivering quality care. Also, about predicting the demand for Ayurvedic products and services. See, for example, I practice this in my clinics in Dubai. Now winter is coming up. So right now I'm clearing all the Vidaryadi, Drakshadi, Tannundaram, Brahatyadi in my stock. I'm adding on Varanadi, Ashtavargam, Rasna Saptagam, Rasnerandadi medicines. So I'm trying to predict the changes happening in the weather and trying to change the inventory of the clinic. And an AI and ML can help it in a much better way. And the data-driven business models, creating business plans, designing logos, managing budgets, and the platforms like ChatGPT and all, it can be very helpful in such areas. And about marketing, we can understand the consumer preferences, we can understand the market trends and the competitive landscapes happening. And we should be able to make more personalized marketing campaigns through the machine learning. And enhancing the customer engagement is also a way how AI ML can help. In research and development, about the data collection and analysis of the Ayurvedic research, and for the case study evaluations, and for the evidence-based usage in Ayurveda. See, I'll tell you, I want to share an experience. I'm a person, who has traveled in around 30 countries, preaching and practicing, about Ayurveda. And I traveled from, the continents like, Africa to America. I have seen that, there is a great awareness of Ayurveda in all these continents. But many of these people, do not know where to go for an authentic information of Ayurveda, whom to consult, where to source these medicines. You look at the other side of it. In India, do you know how many Ayurvedic practitioners are there? There are 5 lakh Ayurvedic practitioners in India. And I know several of them, are excellent Vaidyas, excellent, barefoot Vaidyas. We cannot expect, somebody from Sydney traveling all the way to meet, such a barefoot Vaidya in India or in Coimbatore. So how can, AI and ML through telemedicine or, through teleconsultations help in this? So we need to bring in, more innovation through AI and ML into the Ayurvedic practices. Then AI-assisted identification of medicinal plants. This we already seen in the previous one. We have the machine learning for herb efficacy and potency analysis, and herbal compound discovery during algorithms. See, while Dr. Ram Prasad was discussing about, the Rasna-based medicines, I was thinking about something. You were mentioning that, there are maybe 10 recipes which are based on the Rasna, which are having, different efficacies. So, for example, we give Chariya Rasnadi Kashayam effectively for rheumatoid arthritis. When we give Chariya Rasnadi Kashayam, we give, anupanas like Sarpis Thaila Vimisridam, right? We may give, an Erenda Thailam, or we may give, Yogaraja Gugulu as an anupanam for the Chariya Rasnadi Kashayam. Now, we are not sure, whether the efficacy what we receive is because of the Chariya Rasnadi Kashayam or because of the Erenda Thailam which we have added. So, I hope, this AI-assisted research, it can be, very valuable, in these areas. So, it can identify the patterns of high or low efficacy between, different Ayurvedic medicines with different anupanas possible. And I would like to talk about, another example. You take about Rasna Saptakam Kashayam. Rasna, Gokshura, Erenda, Devadarupanarnava, Guluji, Aragvada Seva, right? And Chunti Jurnam is the Prakshebam or the Anupanam. So, in a traditional sitting, in a traditional scenario, a physician may hesitate to mix an Ushnaviryam Kadurasam Rasna with Mathura Rasam Sniktha Gunam Gokshura. Will we mix? No. In a general scenario, we will not mix Rasna with Gokshura. But this combination of a mixture of Rasna with Gokshura works effectively in Rasna Saptakam Kashayam. So, understanding such intricate herbal relationships, it can be very challenging for the human mind. However, AI and ML, machine learning can analyze these combinations at a level of detail that far exceeds our capabilities, revealing the cause and effect relationship that govern the efficacy. Consider, another scenario. You take, a Vaidya prescribes Nayovayam Kashayam with Gorojanadi Guliga in a condition of severe neuralgia. A combination of Nayovayam Kashayam with Gorojanadi Guliga in a severe case of neuralgia. Nayovayam is, nowhere mentioned in a neuralgia condition. Gorojanadi is nowhere mentioned. Kasa Hitma Harambaram, that is the Falasruti of Nayovayam Kashayam. Or, another indication it says, Pramatnadi Samiranam Balam Balad. It pacifies, even the most strongest, Vada. But here, there is an insightful understanding one should have that the Nayovayam Kashayam is specifically indicated in the Pranavada Vaigunyam. And Gorojanadi Guliga can be used as a Sadhya Ojaskara group of medicine. So that combination of Nayovayam Kashayam with Gorojanadi Guliga becomes very effective in a neuralgia condition. But if you ask a Vaidya, how does it work? And the Vaidya may say, I don't know, but it works. Like, I'm also making a guesswork that it is because of the Pranavada Samana properties, or maybe because of the Sadhya Ojaskara properties of the Gorojanadi Gulika. It is effective. This is where, I hope AI and ML can shine. It can analyze the underlying mechanisms and patterns and reveal how and why these treatments are effective. Advantages and disadvantages. AI and ML, it can significantly reduce our physical and mental workload. And we must also acknowledge the limitations of AI and ML. And one major concern is that these technologies, it might disrupt the human creativity and the human intelligence. While AI can analyze data and generate predictions, it lacks the understanding and the emotional intelligence that a human practitioner can bring on the table. So I feel, the last human touch in a patient care is very crucial. The last human touch in a patient care is very crucial. It is like a cherry on the cake. And we should be, very careful about the information AI relies on. It's just like, bringing up a child. If the information is flowed, AI can lead us off track. So now I'll try to explain it with an example. Imagine, a case of hypertension patient, coming to the clinic. A case of systolic hypertension, normal diastolic and systolic is very high. An Ayurvedic practitioner, might give a Sarpagandha-based medicine as a short-term strategy to bring down the systolic pressure. On the other side, might give Drakshadi Kashayam with Manasamitra Guliga, or, maybe Brahatyadi Kashayam with Gokshuradi Gugulu, or with Chandraprabha Guliga as a long-term strategy to balance the Vata Pitta associated in a systolic hypertension. But after some time, the patient is coming back saying that, my blood pressure looks okay. Now, a Vaidya might take a decision, might leave the patient saying that wait and watch for some time. Don't take any medicines. But I think, AI might not have this capacity of decision making in such scenarios. See, I will tell you another example. You take, a case of Ayurveda and epilepsy. Ayurvedic medicines in epileptic seizure. If you research through the Google, you can see, thousands of formulas and thousands of herbs which are said to be effective in a case of apasmara, in a case of epilepsy. But imagine, a Paitiga apasmara which is coming to a physician at a clinic. I might be using a Tiktaka Kashayam or a Tiktaka Kradam which is mentioned in the Kushta Prakaranam. Nowhere, related to the Apasmara Prakaranam, right? But you have studied, the Tiktaka Phalasruti, like Pitta Kushta Pari Sarpa, Pedaga, Daha Tratpraman, Kandu, Panduamayan Gandan, Dushtanali Vrinabaji, Vispodam, Vidrathi, Gunmam, Shopam, Unmadam, Madanabi, Pagandaram, Apasmaram, Udaram, Pradaram Gadam, Arsho Asrapitamanyamsa, Sukritran Pitajanjayet. See, we might use, a Tiktakam Kashayam or a Tiktakam Kradam, which is mentioned in the Kushta Prakaranam in a case of a Paitika Apasmaram. So, I'm not sure, how AI and ML can integrate into such practices. And additionally, we face another challenge, when we use the modern diagnostic tools like X-ray or the bone density. See, for example, in a bone density, we assess as an osteoporosis and we analyze it as an astic shayam or a majjak shayam. And, we might start treating, our own medicines. So we must ask ourselves, where does this practice align with the Ayurvedic foundational or the fundamental principles? It doesn't it is not mentioned. So there are several questions to be answered, when we are exploring, the possibilities of integration of AA and ML into a traditional Ayurveda practice. As we close today, just remember this. AI is not just a tool, it is a bridge. A bridge between the ancient healing practices of Ayurveda and the endless possibilities of the modern technology. See, if technology can be integrated into banking and finance, why not to Ayurveda? I believe, Ayurveda together with AI can create, a healthcare system which is not only precise, which is not only efficient, but at the same time deeply personalized and holistic in nature. Ayurveda has been, talking about balance of doshas, balance of dhadus, and the balance of mind, balance of the soul, everything. I hope, now with the AI, this balance, it can be delivered to everyone and everywhere. Thank you and so much.
Thank you, sir, for your